Hi everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. We're going to have an introduction to this wonderful application, Adobe Illustrator. I'll be using CS6, and today I'm going to show you how to make a simple camera, and along the way I'll introduce some of the tools and effects that Illustrator has to offer. Okay, so we're going to start with a camera, and the camera body, let's choose a rectangle, and I'm going to make a black camera body, so let's just draw that out. Brilliant. I need to round the corners of this rectangle, so I'm going to go to Effect and Stylize, and I'm going to choose Round Corners. And if I click the Preview button, I can see what happens as I make changes to the radius of the corners. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Just going to select the selection tool and click just to deselect it. Yep, that looks good. Okay. Now I'm going to make another rectangle, and I'm going to round the corners again. Effect, Stylize, Round Corners. Brilliant. Let's go to Preview. Oh, that's too much. Just gonna make that that's probably okay. Yep. And I'm just gonna move that kind of so that it's lined up in the center of the camera. Brilliant. So there we have this is going to be the, what is it going to be? The kind of maybe the flash area. Alright, now let's think about the lens. The lens isn't going to be a rectangle, it's going to be a circle. So I'm going to click and drag on the rectangle tool and choose the ellipse. Brilliant. And let's draw a nice big circle for the lens. Oh, I don't want it to be black, do I? I'm going to change the fill color. The fill color is going to be a kind of a gray color. That's it. And let's give it a stroke color as well. This stroke color here, I'm going to double click on that. Let's make the stroke color white, pure white. Yes, okay. It's a little bit thick. The stroke color is a bit thick, so I'm going to go up to the stroke width here. I'm just going to move that. Oh, 0? Is that the only option? Let's go to 0.5. Yes. Okay, that's fine. And I'm going to drag this so it's kind of in the center of the rectangle. Brilliant. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this lens shape and copy it. Control C. And then I'm going to paste another copy. Control V. Brilliant. Now I'm going to make that smaller, put it in the middle of the original lens, and let's change the color of that. I'm going to change the fill color to black again, and do you see it still has a white stroke color? I'm going to turn that off. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to go to the stroke color, which is this one, where it says stroke, and I'm going to turn it off by using that none icon or button. So now there is no stroke color, there's just a fill color. And I'm going to go through that process again. Control C, Control V, we've got another one. Going to make it smaller. Going to kind of try and line it so it's in the middle of the original. And let's change the color again. I want to go back to that gray color. How can I get the exact same color? I'm going to use the eyedropper tool. And I'm just going to click on the color that I want. Brilliant! Should we keep that white stroke this time? No, I still don't like it. I'm going to select that shape and go to the white stroke. I'm going to turn that off. It's annoying me. Brilliant! Okay, so it's coming together pretty well. Now let's take a circle. Control C, Control V. Okay, that's fine, doesn't matter. We'll make it smaller. I'm going to put it over here. This is just kind of a design feature. I'm going to go to that black fill color and make it white. Brilliant. Okay. And how many? Let's just make that a bit smaller. And I'm just going to make 2 more of those. Control C, Control V. Try and line it up so it looks neat. And we'll do another one. Control C, Control V. So there we've got kind of 3 mystery buttons. That's okay. We'll just try and move them into place. I'm going to zoom in, which is Control plus on the keyboard, and that will help me just to be a bit more accurate with where I'm moving things. Yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Now let's deal with the flash. I'm going to go back to the rectangle tool. I'm going to draw a rectangle, and it's got a white fill. That's probably fine. Let's move it into place, and just going to resize it. Yeah, that's alright. That's going to be my kind of flash. I'm just going to change the opacity of that shape. Just going to make it maybe 50%. Yeah, okay. So we can we can see it, but it's not 100% opaque. And let's go to the text tool, another great tool. And I'm going to think of a name for my camera. What's the brand of this camera? This is a Flower EP3. I just made that up, by the way. Let's not be too serious. Just going to resize that. I'm going to change the font. I'm just using the arrow keys on the keyboard now, just to scroll through the different fonts until I find one that I like. Yeah, that's it. I like that one. And I'm going to change the fill color to, let's make it yellow. Yep. Let's resize it. Stick it onto the camera. Brilliant. Now I'm going to show you a little trick. Let's just move it down so it's kind of in line with these 3 buttons here, or lights, or whatever they are. The Flower EP3. Brilliant. Now I'm going to show you a little trick, guys. This is awesome. If we go back into the shape menu and choose the polygon tool and just draw out a polygon, we can do this. Effect, distort and transform, pucker and bloat. And again, if we click preview and play around with this scaling thing here, we can create new shapes. Look at that. We're turning a hexagon into a flower using the pucker and bloat effect. So I'm going to do OK to that. Let's make it smaller. And let's move it into place. I'm going to put it down in the corner. We'll just kind of mess around with that. Whoop. Just double click to get out of that. Alright, now listen, I was messing around with this earlier. What if we do that with the star tool? Let's draw a star, and let's go back into the Effect, Distort and Transform menu. This is a fun menu. I do like it. This time I'm just going to do it again. Pucker and bloat. Just think that's fun. Ooh! Make sure you've got preview pressed and you can play around. Yeah, look at that. So I'm going to use that to kind of look like the flash has been activated. So I'm going to put that in front of the flash. Yeah. So lots of things to play with. See if you can create your own camera. Mess around with different shapes and explore the effect menu. There's some interesting things here, and who knows what you might find. Lots of things to play with. And see if you can create your own cool camera icon.